Attachment and Biobehavioral Catch-up, also known as MBC. I'm going to start by talking a little bit about attachment. Attachment, the context in which children find security, safety, develop trust, conscience, and self-worth. This develops gradually over the first years of life and is based upon the relationship experiences with caregivers. The parent or primary caregiver provides the child with a secure base from which the child can explore independently, but always return to a safe place. This is a very important part in the child's development. So what happens when this attachment doesn't form? Child who experience early adversity, such as neglect, abuse, exposure to domestic violence, and separation from caregivers, at a high increased risk from developing disorganized attachment. Children develop this attachment disorganization as a result of being frightened of the person to whom they look for reassurance, which is usually the parent or the primary caregiver. The Attachment and Biobehavioral Catch-up is an intervention that was developed by Dr. Marie Dozier. And the purpose was to help parents or caregivers provide nurturing care and engage in synchronous interactions with the children. And also to help parents or caregivers learn to behave in ways that support children's ability to develop self-regulatory skills. This was designed for young children who have experienced early maltreatment and/or disruptions in care. It was focused on infant and young children that are especially dependent upon parents for help regulating affect, physiology, and behavior. The ABC intervention is a training program for caregivers of infants and young children, which includes high-risk birth parents and caregivers of young children in foster care, kinship care, such as a grandparent raising a grandchild, and adoptive care. So what does it do? The intervention targets several issues, including providing nurturance for distressed infants, even when parents or caregivers are not comfortable providing nurturance, overriding tendencies to respond in kind to infant behaviors, and providing a predictable interpersonal environment. How this intervention works. This is a relatively brief intervention. It is only 10 sessions, and it's 1 hour session once a week. This is a manualized intervention, and it's implemented by parent coaches. The intervention focuses on changing parenting behaviors. And a key factor of this intervention is that it involves children and parents. These parents get in-the-moment feedback and learn how to behave in certain occasions. This is conducted in the parent's home, and again, it goes back to getting in-the-moment feedback of their reactions and way of dealing and of, working with their children. What is the problem being addressed? This problem is being addressed because young children who have experienced early maltreatment and or distractions in care can often behave in ways that push caregivers away. So the ABC intervention helps caregivers reinterpret those children's behavioral signals so they can provide nurturance even when it's not elicited, even when the children don't ask for it. Nurturance doesn't come natural to many caregivers, especially if it's a foster care relationship. But children who have experienced early adversity especially need nurturance care, especially need that bond, that attachment between parent and children, or caregiver and child. So how the ABC intervention works. On session 1 and 2, parents are teach how to provide nurturance when children are distressed. On session 3 and 4, They teach how to provide a sensitive, responsive environment by following the child's lead with delight when children are not distressed. On sessions 5 and 6, they teach how to behave in ways that are not frightening to children. On sessions 7 and 8, they teach how to override their own issues, their own emotions that might interfere with providing nurturing care to the children. And on sessions 9 and 10, the knowledge gain is reinforced. After each session is finished, they are left with homework that helps them practice the skills that they have learned. I have attached a link on the presentation on the ABC intervention. This is a video that shows Dr. Marie Dossier explaining a little bit more about the intervention, on how it works, on why did she focus her research on giving this ABC intervention. The link, I'm not going to show the video, but people that are interested in learning more about the ABC intervention can go there. The link is under it, so it's a YouTube video. It's a little long, that's why I'm not showing it. But it's important because she shows and she explains why focusing on the ABC, why it is important, and it's a very important video. So the Infant Caregiver Project is particularly important because this developmental psychology laboratory was developed by Dr. Marie Dossier at the University of Delaware, and here they conduct basic and translational research with children and families. Their main focus is the attachment and biobehavioral catch-up intervention. They investigate the effectiveness of parent training intervention with families from a variety of backgrounds. And they also provide in detailed information about getting certified on the intervention. The research has shown that children with disorganized attachment are associated with problematic outcomes like contradictory behaviors, apprehension of the parents, stealing or freezing on distressed situations. So the research focused on the young children at risk, and it involves children and parents, and two interventions were together on a sample population of 120 children and 113 parents, and the children were between the ages of a month and 24 months. This intervention focused on the ABC and a control intervention that had the same duration of the ABC, but this control intervention was designed to enhance cognitive and especially linguistic development in children. They were both different, so they could find the differences between offering just a regular class or a regular intervention between giving the ABC intervention. The findings, what they found after giving these interventions was that the ABC intervention is effective in promoting organized and secure attachment outcomes. The ABC effects on early emotion expressions might have implications for children's developmental trajectories. The results that they got after these were that a relatively brief parenting program like the ABCs can really change children's expressions of negative affect. ABC children show a lower rate of negative affect expression during a series of challenging tasks than children in the control intervention. Also, the ABC children show less anger toward their parents. Children in the ABC intervention have a significantly lower rate of disorganized attachment and higher rates of secure attachment relative to the control intervention. This supports the efficacy of the ABC intervention in enhancing attachment quality among parents and children. The ABC, the results that they got after doing the research, after comparing both groups, was positive. They found that the ABC really helped children overcome these difficulties, and they help creating healthy attachment to their caregivers or parents. So it was a really positive outcome. Why society and social work should be concerned. Given that maltreatment is associated with problems regulating the expression of negative affect, it is critical that interventions target this issue. ABC was designed to enhance children's ability to regulate their affect behavior and physiology by helping parents serve as co-regulators. Taken together, synchronous, nurturing, and non-frightening interactions are expected to enhance children's developing regulatory capabilities. So it is a positive intervention. It really helps children, and especially children that are so small, create those healthy attachment, that healthy bond that helps them along their life. So this is it. Thank you so much.